Work to cut down trees right here on the grounds of Osgoode Hall has been suspended once again after a divisional court granted an injunction to an Indigenous organization who's hoping to save the trees.
Right now, it's kind of like a stay of execution. It's a short-term period over the weekend, and it's in the hands of 3 judges of the divisional court to determine the fate of what's going to happen next.
The injunction is in place until Tuesday, when a panel of judges will hear an appeal from the Haudenosaunee Development Institute after a Superior Court ruling last week cleared the way for Metrolinx to continue cutting down a dozen trees to make way for the Ontario line. Tim Gilbert is the lawyer representing the Haudenosaunee Development Institute. He says Metrolinx failed to engage with the group, adding the trees have cultural significance.
In publicly accessible lands, they still have their rights, and the Metrolinx in particular, in the record that we have, specifically agreed to engage with the Haudenosaunee on issues relating to the Ontario line. So that's the basis of it, whether there was meaningful engagement and in particular about the hot button issue of trees.
Last Friday, Superior Court Justice Charles Hackland dismissed an attempt by the Law Society of Ontario and the Haudenosaunee Development Institute to extend a temporary injunction. An appeal of that decision was filed, but not before 5 trees were taken down. Another 4 are in the process of being removed, and only 2 remain untouched. In a statement, Metrolinx tells CityNews, "This is yet another delay as we work to build the transit system Ontarians need and deserve. The Ontario line will see almost 400,000 passengers every day, reduce crowding on existing subway lines, and put nearly 50,000 more jobs within a short walk of transit." The Office for the Transportation Minister also said in a statement, over the past 2 years, Metrolinx has been actively engaging with Osgoode Hall area residents, businesses, community groups, and elected officials. We are filling the transit gap we inherited from the Liberals, and Ontario cannot afford delays to get this much-needed project built. If the panel of judges declines to hear that appeal, then the injunction will be lifted on Tuesday. If the court does go ahead with the appeal process, then both sides will meet with Justice David Corbett in the coming days to discuss the next steps. For City News, I'm Leah Johansen.